Hello, welcome to another beer review. And in this beer review, I'm very excited about this beer. It's from one of my favourite brewers. I visited them last year, had a fantastic day down there. Drunk too much, like you usually do. And every time they bring out a new beer, I get really excited about it. And I'm quite intrigued as well about this one. So the beer I'm doing is from St Austell Brewery, and it is their proper black, lovely jubbly, coming in at 6% ABV. And there's the backside, which I shall read to you in a minute. But let's go back to say, how am I going to word this? Imagine a world where what you perceive as, say, food visually, didn't taste what you perceive it as visually. You know what makes sense? Imagine having, say, a jacket potato and you tuck into it, but it tasted like, I don't know, a strawberry, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense to you? Well, it's a bit like what this beer I think is going to be, because I'm going to explain it to you. Right, this is a black India Pale Ale. A black India Pale Ale. So what we perceive India Pale Ales are quite gold in colour, and you get those in IPA notes, you know, the taste notes of it. What we see here is a beer which most probably, once I pour it out, will look something like a porter or a stout, and it's going to taste like an IPA. I know the jacket potato thing might have been a bit of a exaggeration, but you know what I mean. So it's a bit weird, this. So I'm going to read the back to you anyway. Controversial, it says, a contradiction in terms. Is there such a thing as a black India Pale Ale? Black as stout. Close your eyes, and this beer is classic IPA. Powerful hops dominate the restrained chocolate and coffee notes from carefully selected roasted malt. So it's got Magnum, Centennial, Cascade, and Citra hops in. Marisota malt, which is quite common, and there you go. And Canvas says this is real ale. Why do Canvas say this is real ale? Because it's bottle conditioned, most probably. So let's crack her open, like we do. Now, I do like the St Austell Crowns. Beautiful. One of my favourite beers is Popper Job, and this is going to be like a Popper Job stout. And you know what? It smells beautiful, piney, real pine element there, like a slight hint of peach, but there is a little bit of cocoa in the background. The first impression, the first smell is like an IPA smell, but there is a little distinct. Is it my imagination? Bit of cocoa or chocolate in the background, but I could be wrong. So what glass am I going to use for this? Well, it only has to be the old St Austell glass. So let's whack her in. Let's pour in. So she's coming out black. I'm just going to pour halfway up first. And looking at that head, it's a real coffee looking head to it as well. Real coffee looking head, like a mocha head, cappuccino head, and it smells like an IPA. It does. There is that still slight hint of chocolate. It could be my imagination, it could be my mind. My mind's playing games with me with this one. It could be. It needs to taste like that jacket potato needs to taste like a jacket potato and not a strawberry, and it's your mind, your eyes and your mind playing games with you visually. Lime, pine. It's all there, all these IPA elements, but there is something in the background. But it's most probably my imagination, because I've got quite a big imagination. People know me and would testify to that. So, pouring her out, she looks like a stout. She really does. She's gorgeous, gorgeous jet black. That is jet black. I can see any light in that at all. So she's got a lovely looking head on it, and she looks absolutely wonderful. So cheers everybody. I'm gonna go in. Now, that's an interesting one. That is. It's first off, it doesn't taste, unless it's my imagination. See, I've got bits of drips and drops. Unless it's my imagination, it doesn't taste like a fully fledged IPA. There is little elements of an IPA note in there. There is that bitterness you associate with an IPA, but on first tasting in the mouthfeel, there is that stouty kind of like roastedness there as well, with a hint of cocoa bean maybe. This beer is like a hybrid. You're getting bits of IPA notes in there. It's there. I can pick them up. On the other side, you're getting the roastness of a stout or a porter or a dark beer even, and you're getting little hints of the chocolate, and they're all intertwined in it. It's a little bit of a mishmash. First off, I'll ask myself, do I like this beer? I have to say, I'm not sure, and that's the honest truth. I try to be truthful when I do my beer reviews. I'm not sure if I like it. It's thrown me a bit. What I would say to you boys and girls out there is, I think everybody who's into beer should buy it, give it a go. I like to see everybody else's review on it. For me, I'm sitting on the fence with it. It's an interesting beer. It sure is. It's intriguing. It's opening questions in my mind about it. You know, it's saying to me, you know, it's a good way of experimenting from the brewer to do this type of beer. But it just opens questions. You know, what you perceive, what you really like, and what you don't really like in beer. And I think it's an experiment which I think they have pulled off, but for my own opinion of it, I'm on the fence with it. I think I would have to maybe get used to it. It's a beer for me to get used to, and on that score, I'll say to everybody out there one more time, I like to see what everybody else thinks of this one. I really do. It's a bit bizarre for me. That's got to be bizarre to throw me. Anyway, thank you for watching this review. As always, it's always a pleasure bringing beers, talking about beers. If you want to put any murder me in the comments, please do. And I shall see you again soon on my next one. So cheers everybody. Ta.